Election 2024 is just around the corner and we have a special guest with us. He's been somebody who's played multiple roles in the government. Is one of the most prominent faces from the Northeast. His ministries included Home Ministry, Sports Ministry and of course the Earth and Sciences Ministry. He's very good at telling you what the weather is going to be because he's the Earth and Sciences Minister right now. But today we are going to ask him about the political weather of the country. Kiren Rijiju, Union Minister, joins us. Kiranji, firstly to talk about your home state. Arunachal, surprising? 10 uncontested candidates so far?
No, Arunachal Pradesh is, if you see politically, there's no any challenge right now. And because we have assembly elections, already 10 of our MLAs are declared elected unopposed. So in the House of 60, 10 are already elected. We are looking for the clean sweep. So out of 60, we should be able to win all 60 seats, or if not, at least 55, 56. And both the Lok Sabha seats, we will win by much larger margin than last time. Last time also, I had a record margin, but this time it's...
You said you scored 65% of the votes. What is it different that you're going to tell people when you go there? Of course, there's no opposition like you're really saying. But what will you tell people when you go to them this time around? You have 5 lakh odd voters, you're saying. But how would you secure those voters this time around?
See, it's very clear. Before, I became member of parliament, Arunachal was not in the map of development. For example, Arunachal was the only state which didn't have national highways, the only state which didn't have airport, the state which didn't have railway connections, and all the borders were totally unconnected. 60% of the villages or habitant areas are unconnected with roads. So all these things happened. Last 10 years, we have almost transformed the entire state. Now we have airports, railways, highways, roads to border, villages are connected. We have 4G network in the villages. We have, water supply, electricity. So
and also the tunnel that the Prime Minister recently inaugurated.
Sera Tunnel and Nechipu Tunnel and many more are coming. So this transformation has happened during my tenure. So now when you say Modi ji's gift to the region, to my state, then nobody can dispute. So that is why we are looking for a clean sweep, both Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha.
Then why is it so that whenever we speak about Arunachal Pradesh, most of the time the opposition wants to know what's happening on China border, what's happening. There's this constant news. What is the reality? You are somebody who are known to speak the truth. You've spoken the truth in parliament also on the issue. Why is it that we're constantly questioning about the intrusion of China in Arunachal Pradesh?
No, we need not fall prey to the propaganda of the opposition parties because, see, you can't hide border. You can't hide the territory. It is already, known that now the roads are being built. China is upset with our government, with India, because now we are making roads in the villages. Earlier, Chinese used to be very happy with the Congress party because Congress believed in not making roads infrastructure in the border areas. So now the Chinese are upset because India is now matching their effort in terms of building infrastructure along the borderline.
I just saw you tweet a little while ago when you reminded Rahul Gandhi of his love for China. Why?
Yeah, no, because Rahul Gandhi was talking in one of the rally they had today, this India alliance. He was saying that match fixing with EVM and all. So I said that the match fixing he had done with the Chinese Communist Party. We believe in democratic norms and practices. We believe in rule of law. We are guided by the Constitution of India. So this kind of bogey is not going to work in the country now.
You spoke about the opposition, you spoke about the India alliance. What seems to be binding them together, for many who wouldn't want to really believe that the Congress party and the Aam Aadmi party have come together because they feel that wrong has been done to Arvind Kejriwal?
The India alliance, Congress and this communists, Kejriwal and all the dynastic parties are coming together is to save their skin. Now people are with Modi ji. They have looted the country for so many years. Now the actions are being taken. So it is only to save all those savings, all their loots and everything, they have come together.
But Mr. Rijiju, why is it so that only the opposition leaders are being, picked up by the CBI, by the ED? Why is it that the BJP is using these tools? That's also being asked by many opposition parties.
A corrupt person cannot exist in BJP. Especially under Modi ji's time, you can't imagine doing any corruption. It's not possible. You can't even think about doing anything which is corrupt practice.
But then what about people like, the Assam Chief Minister is also somebody that the opposition speaks about. They say that Adarsh scam accused,
I
Ashok
don't,
Chavan is
want
on your
to, I don't want to comment on what has happened in the past. What I'm saying is under Modi ji's regime, in BJP party and our government, nobody can even imagine to be involved in any of the corrupt practice. It's not possible.
But the Aam Aadmi Party says that they're being targeted, that people have been put behind bars. They also continue to maintain that Arvind Kejriwal will run the state from the jail. As a former law minister, do you think that's feasible? That's doable?
First of all, there has been no case in India where a chief minister is in jail and trying to run the affairs.
And he's not resigned.
And in any democratic setup, can you imagine to run the government from the jail? Whether you are clean or not, let the court decide. But you are giving clean cheat to yourself. Kejriwal has this typical habit of giving clean cheats to himself and his people. Is he court? Is he supreme commander of this country? Is he king of this country? How come he is giving clean cheats? He's also giving clean cheats to some of his favorite political leaders who belong to other political parties. How can he give clean sheets like that? Is it the duty of a chief minister? So, Kejriwal doing all this drama is not going to have any impact on the voters' mind. Rather, it will belittle his whatever small or little credibility he has, that will be over.
But there are many people who are saying that whatever the India Alliance could not do, probably the BJP has gotten it done, and that's the reason today you have Uddhav Thackeray, you have Farooq Abdullah, you have Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh Yadav. All of these leaders have come on the same stage thanks to the BJP uniting them.
Yeah, because Modi ji is doing such a good thing for the country. He's cleaning the system. So all these corrupt people have come together because that is the only way to save themselves. So while coming together, all these corrupt party are exposing themselves. They are all dynast, corrupt people. They believe in themselves. They don't believe in the rule of law. They don't believe in the system. The Congress party, which had declared emergency in the country, they are talking about democracy now. Now today, some of the leaders are talking about danger to democracy. So for them, as long as they are in the power, democracy is safe. For them, if the people vote them out, the democracy is in danger. What kind of theory is this?
But the kind of language that you've seen of the recent in the political discourse, whether it's abusing Prime Minister Narendra Modi, abusing the other leaders as well, is this something that we want our children to know, probably the next generation to know? Because the Election Commission time and again said do not speak this language, but there seems to be no stopping.
I think these so-called India Alliance people, they have only one agenda. They have to use all abusive languages. They have to attack Prime Minister Modi. They have to attack the system itself. They are attacking rigorously all the constitutional authorities of the country, to the extent that if the courts don't give favorable judgment, they criticize the judgment itself. I've heard many of the India Alliance leaders criticizing the Supreme Court just because Supreme Court had not given a favorable judgment according to the person concerned. So what kind of democracy?
Questioning those lawyers who had recently just written a letter saying,
so these lawyers have rightly said that don't put pressure on the judiciary. Let judiciary function independently. So these people always put pressure on the judiciary by saying that if the judgment is not in their favor, then they are saying that now the credibility of the Supreme Court is in question. How can they try to influence in a very systematic manner the minds of the judges? This is wrong. Let judiciary function independently.
Also, one very important issue that the Prime Minister has really raised today, as far as conceding land to Sri Lanka is concerned. I remember very distinctly, you've often been raising the historical blunders of the Congress party. In fact, you've written a number of articles on News 18 as well. How do you see this? Because the DMK is saying that this is nothing new. You're just, presenting the facts as it is just to suit yourself because you want votes in Tamil Nadu?
No. What Prime Minister has stated is the fact of the history. Prime Minister is not saying anything new. What Prime Minister said is the precious piece of land was gifted by then Congress government, then the people who were in the power, they had surrendered, and now they are talking about getting it back. Then why did they surrender at that time?
No, but the Congress party is also saying that, you're just doing this because you're desperate, that there are no votes for you in Tamil Nadu. You're desperate to get those
It's
seats
not about
over
the
there.
desperation. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has written to Prime Minister to get this land back. So it is not an act of desperation, but this is a way to clarify the position, the factual position.
But the opposition is saying that timing is very, very important.
So timing, then why did the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister wrote to Prime Minister about the same piece of land to get it back?
There are a lot of questions in people's minds about, the whole focus as far as the Congress party is concerned. Now, everybody is waiting to see who would you hedge your bets on. Do you think Rahul Gandhi will go ahead and contest from Amethi or Raebareli?
I think Rahul Gandhi has lost his credibility. He is, I think, now 53 or 54 years old. And this is the right time to peak in terms of maturity and understanding of the system and affairs. Now, Rahul Gandhi's entire way of presenting himself is based on some of the tips given by his NGO tutors and some of his friends who are no connection with the ground situation. These people, Rahul Gandhi's guides and advisors, have no knowledge about the ground situation. That is why wherever Rahul Gandhi goes and gives lecture, his party loses the election. Why is it so? It's just because Rahul Gandhi is not connected with the ground. Ground reality is something a politician must be connected with.
Rahul Gandhi, the Congress party, the opposition have often raised multiple issues, especially about CAA and why the implementation really happened. As a person from the Northeast, as a person who has a deep understanding of, what these border issues really are, what would you tell the people of the country? How would you want to dispel the whole myth about, CAA implementation that, whether no citizens would lose their citizenship?
CAA is absolutely clear in the law, in its position. Now, if Congress party and these leftists and some of these so-called Tukre gang, these people are spreading the false narrative that the CAA is going to take away the citizenship status of the Muslims. What kind of rubbish campaign they are launched? These people, they want to bring some kind of a chaos in the society. Now, for example, in my state, the CA has given an exemption that these scheduled areas, tribal areas, and some of the defined areas will be, outside the purview of the CA. But right from 66 to 70s, many Chakma families are brought to Arunachal Pradesh, then NEFA. Now these people's number have grown more than 1 lakhs. More than lakh now. So now these people, they want citizenship. So I said that they can get citizenship but outside Arunachal Pradesh. So it's in a way, it has given a protection to the tribals. So it's good for us, good for the people of Northeast and especially the tribal areas. Yeah.
As somebody who's been in the business of politics for a very long time, what is the difference that you see between the previous governments and the government right now? Because I remember you telling me multiple times that the Prime Minister has been to the Northeast for, I think, close
60
to
times.
60 times. Yeah. What is it that he's doing differently, and what is his vision? Because you're a part of his team. What is his vision as far as the Northeast is really concerned?
See, from the day one, Prime Minister has been very categorical in telling that the governance must reach out to the nook and corner of our country. Now, Northeast remain one area where the previous government could not reach out to. So Northeast was cut off. So that is why multiple insurgent groups were coming out, in North, especially in states like Manipur and Nagaland. So many different groups, they had taken up arms. These were purely because they felt that there was nobody in Delhi to hear them out. So their voice remained unheard. So now, after Modi ji became Prime Minister, the people in Northeast feel that they are being heard, they are being, understood. So now the problems faced by Northeast people are being addressed. And the basic, not only border issues, the developmental activities are happening in a very rapid pace. So the sense of belongingness is happening. So
Do you,
Northeast
thi-
is
do you
no
think
more
in Modi
isolated.
3.0 you'll have solution to issues that have been contentious and for years together, like the Naga Accord being finalized? Do you see that
So the
happening?
genuine efforts are put only because of Modi ji's effort. Earlier, the UPA government and all the previous Congress government, they used to just buy time. They will sometimes just engage some of the groups for the sake of just taking out some time and getting some political benefits. That's all. But that is not the case now. Now the things are addressed, but there are certain issues which are very complicated, which are very multidimensional in the sense that it has to take care of so many other angles. So it may take time, but the issues are being addressed in a most genuine and serious manner.
Now 15 plus days to go for the first phase of election. It's a 7-phase election that is going to take place as well. When the Prime Minister first said on the floor of the House that इस बार BJP 370 par or NDA 400 par, were you happy? Were you tensed? What was the feeling that was going on in the camp there?
No, Prime Minister has reflected the mood of the nation. Now the slogan of फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार अब की बार 400 पार. This is actually the slogan which came from the people. Prime Minister just echoed those feelings and given a formal kind of slogan. But actually this kind of voice were coming out from the people only. Now if Modi ji has fulfilled...
Do you think 400 par ho payega?
Why not? The people of India trust Modi ji. Everybody feels that this country is now growing leaps and bounds when the whole world is facing the economic hardships and difficulties. When no other major economy is growing above 4%, even big countries, big economies are growing at 1%, 2%. India is growing above 8%. The massive developmental things happening. They look at the capital expenditure, look at the bridges, the highways, the railways being built only in the last 10 years. Now, besides that, there are contentious issues like removal of Article 370, building of Ram Temple, the eradication of so many things, doing away with the triple talaq. So after getting so much of things done to make India a strong nation, don't you think that people of India will bless Modi ji with 400 plus seats?
Do you think that sentence coming from the Prime Minister Modi ki guarantee has struck a chord with the people? Is that something that you all sense on ground?
Guarantee is because what Modi ji said, he did it. It is very rare in India. Remember, till Modi ji became Prime Minister, the credibility of politicians were going down. It was dipping, to the abysmal below. Now a new thing has started, new culture has evolved. You trust leadership, they will deliver. Now, because of precisely what Modi ji did in last 10 years, see what he did in Gujarat as a chief minister is well known. So Gujarat is a very prosperous state. Now, as a prime minister, what he promised, he delivered, I think, much more than what he had promised. That is why 400 par is absolutely possible, because we have full faith in the people of India, and people of India trust Modi ji.
My final question to you, everybody is speaking about 2024, the results that are going to be coming on the 4th of June, but you have been a part of the Modi team, and I've been given to understand by way of my sources that he's asked all of you to come up with plans for the first 100 days.
Yeah.
What is his vision as far as Viksit Bharat is concerned? He's spoken about the idea of India in as far as 2047. What is it that the government is going to do differently once they come back to power?
No, Modi ji's target is very clear. 10 years we have laid very strong foundation. Now we have 25 years in our hand. Now half of that has gone, now 24 and half. During this Amrit Kal, from now to 2047, these 25 years is the period where we have to make India a fully developed nation. So this Amrit Kal is the time where we have to make Viksit Bharat. Now for that, every department, every organ of the government will have to perform. For example, I have Earth Science Ministry, and Prime Minister has given me additional Ministry of Food Processing Industries. So now, when we come back to the government, Modi's third term begins. The first 100 days program, the roadmap, the blueprint is ready. So now as a minister, I know in next 100 days, what are the steps we are going to take? What are the actions we are going to, go on the ground? These are all being prepared and it's all ready.
Also, I remember you predicting that we're going to have a terrible, terrible heat wave, and all of us are dreading it because we'll be out and about for the elections. What is your prediction this time around for 2024? You think 400 or 400 plus?
We will cross 400 plus because I think BJP alone will touch or cross 370 and NDA will cross 400 because I'm getting feedbacks from all the states and UTs and wherever I have gone, people say that हम लोग सब मोदी जी को ही वोट देंगे इस बार. So this is a positive response or a automatic. It's a very general mood of the nation which says that they will bless Modi ji and strengthen Modi ji's hand by giving NDA more than 400 seats.
Well, thank you so much for sparing your time with us. Although you're very, very busy, you have your own campaign to look after. You're also somebody who's part of the BJP's manifesto team as well. So that was Kiren Rijiju speaking exclusively to us.